Hey y'all, this is Taylor from Tattoo Teacher Plans. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today is a bit of an exciting planning day because I am doing my first plan with me in my new everyday planner, which is my Planning Roses planner. This thing is just so cute and little, and it has been just a dream to work in because I really wanted to kind of simplify my everyday planner, and this is it. So here is the layout that we're going to be working with. I'm still going to be doing a lot of the stuff that I did in my old everyday planner, but the layout is going to be just a little bit different. Here is last week, just so you can get an idea of what we're going to be doing. So bottom washi has moved over here. My sidebar is simplified but very similar, and I'm still including events and things, but in my daily boxes I am just keeping it to the most important meetings, major tasks, things like that. So just the highlights of the day. And then here I'm keeping a running to-do list for the week, and I'm thinking I might want to try experimenting with my dot markers, my Zig clean color dot markers. I think they will work to fill in those little dots and just make it match the spread. So like I have this brown one here, and I will just use it to kind of make the spread match. I think that will look really cute and just kind of make it look a little more uniform. Yes. Okay. So we're going to try that this week. And then I have my habit tracker down here too. So I moved my habit trackers from my sidebar over here, and I'm doing 3 now. Just because I have the room for them. And then you can see here there's room for 5, so if I really want to go crazy on one week, I can do that. There's also more to-do lists, so on a really busy week I can use more of the lines. But I'm loving this layout. I'm really excited to be doing my first plan with me. So I have a beautiful kit from Saucy Stickers Co. It's called Stardust. It's just so beautiful. I'm really excited to use it. I've had this for a couple of months and I just think it's so pretty. It's super fun and kind of like anytime kind of a kit, and I really didn't have an idea of what I wanted to use this week, and I saw this one in my stash and I just have to use it. It's so pretty. I love it. Okay, so before we jump into the plan with me, let's check in with my weekly action items so that you can just kind of see what I'm going to be doing this week. So I'm back in my Moxie life, finally. I do have my goal video up for March if you would like to see that. I will link that down below. But really, I'm just keeping everything really simple and straightforward and just doing what I can at this moment. Every day is a little better in my recovery from my accident, and so as I get better and get stronger and all of that, I'll add more things or more complex things to my action item lists. But for now, this is working. This like very short lists, very simple things that I can do. So here is this. I'm going to put this off to the side. I have some notes of what I'm going to include this week, but there's really not a ton going on, which is good. I'm all about boring weeks these days. Boring's better than busy for now. So yeah, I'm really excited to use this. I'm going to pull in some gold foil, and especially for like date dots and stuff. So I'll have that off to the side, but I think we're ready to get going. So let's do it. So I'm going to start with what used to be the bottom washi. And so I'm pulling the washi strip from the kit, and then for my checklist section, I'm just kind of seeing how big it needs to be and trimming down this other strip of washi because it was just a little bit too thick. So I am really good with 9 checklists or check boxes right now, and so that's why I add in that washi, because it makes it look kind of cute over there. And then I'm just cutting down a checklist, which I will use in just a moment. So for the sidebar, I'm putting in first this March sticker. I have a full set for the entire year, and I just love the way that looks, and the font matches the text on the page on the other side, and I just think that's like, it just looks really nice. So I am pulling a checklist for my cleaning from Nikki Plus 3, and I'm going to put that down at the bottom. So I'm kind of just going with my style that I used to use, but just kind of simplifying it a little bit. I knew that I wanted to keep the weekly cleaning list, and I knew I wanted to keep a top 3, although I am going to be a little bit more intentional about choosing my top 3. And so I also wanted to include kind of a weekly highlight or just, something over there. So I pulled a half box into my sidebar, and then I'm trimming down this full box to fill the space, because I'm not going to be able to use all of the full boxes. It just isn't possible with this planner format. Totally fine with me, but I am going to try to fit them in where I can. So what I wanted to highlight this week was that it's 2 weeks away from spring break, so I pulled a little emoji from Coffee Monsters Co. to mark in that. And then for my top 3 this week, I wanted to update my budget and just kind of be really in tune with that. I also wanted to write a content schedule for the next 2 weeks. I'm really not planning too far ahead because I don't want to overwhelm myself. I want to keep it very fluid and just giving myself what I can really do right now. And then I knew that I also wanted to get my lesson plans done. I had to get them done. And so I put that also in my top 3. So I just kind of repositioned those a little bit because they were crooked. So for my date dots this week, I am pulling these little gold circles from CD Stickers, and I think they will work. Well, they do work really well with this kit because they're kind of bold, like some of the foiling on the full boxes, and I think they look really cute. You don't have to use full date covers for every week, but this planner really lends itself to that. And this is where I get really picky. So I have realized that going down 4 dots in the column, because the column is outlined in these tiny dots, that is the perfect space for them, for me. So you'll see me kind of positioning them on both sides before I lay them all down, but I know that is very very detailed, but for me it looks the best for my style. So here I'm just cutting down some of the full boxes, and I kind of have to do this. I can leave some of them as being their full height, but for the way that I'm using this planner, I really need shorter full boxes. B6 kits I'm exploring, but for this particular kit, I'm just cutting them down where I can see that it will fit. And I really have kind of figured out a placement for my full boxes too. So on Wednesday and Tuesday, and also Friday and Sunday, those seem to be really good, and I put them kind of at the bottom of the column or at the top. And then as the week goes on, I can fill in with other full boxes. But I think that this is working really well for me. So for my checklist here, I'm just filling in some weekly to-dos that I do every week. And then I'm also going to, at the end, look at my weekly action items and see what I can fill in and add to my checklists. For my routines, I wanted to work on my AM routine. I also wanted to read every day, and I wanted to do my physical therapy exercises. And so I put those in as my 3 habits. I just added a little flag there. I think that looks cute. I'm going to continue to kind of play around with this section. When a kit has deco, that's when I can kind of go crazy with the deco over there. So on to Monday. For what I'm choosing to put into this planner, I really have to just hit the highlights. So sometimes I won't even list anything for school. And that's just because there's nothing really important happening that day. On Monday, I just happened to have a task that needed to get done. I had to work on my board report, which is for the school board. It kind of lists and outlines and graphs everything that I did the previous month and just kind of logs it for documentation. And then for my videos this week, I'm just using these little circles. They look really cute and I like kind of how I'm marking those. So I'm going to try that again next week. For my activity every day, it's going to be varied, but I do want to put in some kind of box for that. So on Monday, I put in a half box. On Tuesday, it was a third box. So it's just kind of depending on how much space I have. So on Wednesday, we were supposed to give the SAT, but because of the snowpocalypse that happened in Texas a couple of weeks ago, the mail is still backed up. And so we didn't get our materials in time, so we couldn't give the test. So you'll see me marking this here with a little peachy coffee cup from Crafty Banana, but I did take that up later in the week because it just didn't happen. We will do it later. Which our kids are so busy right now, I think it was for the best that was delayed. So I put in just a quarter box for my activity on a Wednesday. I'm cutting down this little flag to put in right here on Wednesday to mark in on that quarter. Oh, that was for my physical therapy appointment, not my activity for that day. I am starting to go for physical therapy twice a week, so you'll see me mark that in next week, but for this week, it was just kind of the assessment and figuring out what we needed to do. So on Thursday, I put in a note that we had some SBL meetings and then a little decorative header and a third box for my workout for that day, which really wasn't a workout. It was just some yoga and stretch, but I do what I can right now. And then for the weekend here, and I don't think I mentioned this, but I reordered the days of the week on the planner page with my day covers. So I like the weekend to be all together and for them to be with my checklist and my habit tracker so I finish everything. I think that's going to be really helpful for me. So yeah, I forgot to mention that. I just put in my goals check-in sticker from Hand Can Plan and my little Moxie Life planner sticker from Blue Scooter Press. I'm getting back into every Saturday morning, waking up, having some coffee, and working on my goals. It's a good routine for me, and I'm really happy to be back at it. And then to mark filming, I just used another one of those decorative headers. I used to do a little box on like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for whatever I do in the evenings, but in this planner, Sunday evenings are just pretty chill, so I'm just going to do one on Saturday. So here you can see me looking at my weekly actions and just adding some more to my checklists. I like having the transfer of everything being in this planner since I spend the most time in this planner during the week. And then I just also wanted to mark in tidying up since that was on my weekly actions, and I put that on Thursday. And then the very last thing was to mark in my hair washing, which I'm not doing this anymore in this planner because it's such a routine for me now. I don't need to mark it. So this is the last week I'm going to mark hair washing, at least for a little while. If I get out of the habit, then I will add it back in. But for now, I feel like I'm good. So I'm just marking that in for the last part of my pre-planning. Here's how this spread turned out. It's so cute. I'm in love with this planner. Just every week it gets better and better, and I feel like I'm finding my groove with it. It's such a cute planner, and it is the perfect fit for this time in my life. I adore it. So let me show you what I have left in the kit, and then we'll talk about the week a little bit. So I feel like this little mini kit from Saucy Sticker Co. is a pretty good fit for this planner. Like, I really think it's good. And I heard that she has B6 kits, so I think I'm going to look into that. I bought this before I decided on this planner, so I am going to check that out and see if that is true. And I'm sure it is a really good format because her regular format is great. So this week, really good at school. I feel like I got some energy back this week. I may have overdone it a little bit here and there, but I feel good about it. I went to my first physical therapy appointment, and that was really good. It was like 2.5 hours of just like talking and testing me and doing all of the assessment stuff. And then my actual appointments start next week, which I'm pretty excited about. I know it's going to hurt, but I know it's going to be good in the end. I'm really committed to my exercises here. You'll see some things aren't quite finished, but I'm filming on Saturday, and I will finish everything up this weekend. But it was a really good week. I feel like I got a lot of stuff done at work. I wanted to get ahead and get my Unit 8 plan done, which I did, and I started on some lesson plans for that unit, which is like after spring break. And I really just want to get ahead at school. There's some changes happening. There's like some people leaving early in the year and or early for the year. And I'm having to take over some things, but I think it's going to be good in the end. I feel really positive about it. But yeah, this week was a good week. I feel like I found a good balance in activity of like when I need to kind of do some more like slower stretching things. I'm really wanting next week to push myself with the hands-free standing yoga, and I feel like that's going to be really good. And then the weather warmed up a little bit this week, so I got in some walks, which was excellent. I actually did a strength workout on Monday. Was sore the whole week from that. I did no weights with it. I just kind of was just kind of dipping my toe back into some strength training. And yeah, this was a good week. Let's check in with my goals too real quick before I let you go. I feel like this was pretty productive as well. I got a lot done. I need to call my grandparents though. That may be pushed to next week, but I will get it done. Everything else was good. I did read quite a bit this week, but not daily. So I'm going to put that on next week's just to kind of try again. And everything else was pretty good. I feel like I planned well, and I was realistic in what I thought I could get done, and I did it. I know this planner is a little bit different from what I've done before, but I'm feeling really comfortable in it now, and this is like my style, but kind of simplified, and that feels really good. And I hope that you guys will stick with my plan with me as I kind of, transition into a new planner and just try some new things, Let's try some new things in 2021. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this plan with me. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you next time. Bye!